Hi guys, welcome to my official YouTube channel. Thanks so much for being patient with me while I got everything set up technically. For those of you that don't know me yet, I originally applied to be in the competition for the next Inked magazine cover girl. It ran from September and we did incredibly well. We won the first 5 rounds. We were at number 1 for 31 days in a row and we made it as far as the semi-finals, which again guys, thank you so much. It was an incredible journey. I've been taking some time off just trying to have a think about what I want to do next. Obviously there were some opportunities that came from the competition that I considered, but I really feel like I want to continue the work that I've started doing, which was essentially just telling you about my story, which I've been sharing with the charity Who Cares Scotland since January this year. For those of you who don't know me, I am what they call care experienced, which basically means that as a baby I was in foster care 3 times before I was adopted. I was then looked after at home from the ages of 14 till 16, and I went into a small residential unit when I was 16, and I officially left care when I was 17, when I got the keys to my very first flat. One of the reasons that I wanted to kind of be public, I suppose, about this part of my identity is that I spent so long denying that I was care experienced, to the point that I wasted so much energy trying to hide something that essentially was never my fault anyway. So here we are, I have a channel now. One of the reasons that I wanted to set up the channel was obviously to keep sharing the work that I'm involved in, the work that I'm interested in, why it's interesting to me and why it's important. And also I'd really like to think that it could be an interactive space where everybody could actually get involved. Obviously if there's people with ideas on what I should be talking about or what I should be looking at to talk about, then please get in touch, leave some comments down below. I would love to hear from you, and I'd really like to think this is something that can be a two-way street. So anything that I'm doing wrong, let me know. Anything I'm doing right, also let me know, and we'll hopefully get there together. Like I said, this is a new venture. I have no idea as to the technicalities of it all, so bear with me. I'm hoping to improve the logistics of it all as this gets going. So for anybody who does follow me on social media, I posted a photo yesterday about the meeting that I was at for the planning and preparation session day, basically for a huge conference on Friday that's been hosted by Aberdeen City Council, who are really interested in trying to create a kind of model of practice, I suppose, for accessing care records. Again, I don't know what everybody's understanding is on this. So your care records is basically something that you can apply for from your local authority. They basically will send you all the paperwork that has ever been around with your name on it. And yeah, they basically, that you can request to have your care record. For me personally, I only really wanted to know about the time that I was in foster care because I was a baby. I have absolutely no memory of this time, and it was very much I wanted answers. I wanted to understand where I'd come from because nobody else could obviously fill in those blanks for me. So I needed those records, I suppose. It's like for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that I was at a lunch meeting yesterday in Glasgow. I was meeting with some incredible people who are going to a conference in Aberdeen on Friday. It's been hosted by Aberdeen City Council, who are very kindly trying to put together a model of practice on how we should get our care records, basically. So for those who don't know what care records are, it's essentially everything that's been written about you from practitioners and professionals who are involved in your care while you're within the system, and you can obviously write to your local authority and ask for your care records. I've actually been incredibly lucky in my experience, so one of the reasons that I think it's important for me to be on this campaign is to offer, for me, what I would say is an example of good practice. I originally applied to get my records when I was 19. I got basically an envelope in the mail with a big wad of paperwork that wasn't organised, it wasn't filed, it wasn't in any way organised. And yeah, it was too much for a 19-year-old to read through and understand it all, so I put it in the bin. I went back to it when I was 28. I was an adult. I felt I had got to a place in my life where I wanted to know those answers. I was ready to understand things that nobody else could tell me, because I was a baby. I don't remember my time in care. I don't remember any of the circumstances surrounding my own adoptions. So for me, it was about getting answers. And care records, I suppose, to me are very much, it's like a diary of your own life that somebody else has written. So when you first read those words, it's really difficult, because I don't remember what people are talking about in my records, and B, some of the information isn't the kind of thing that you want to hear. There was some things in there that I found really, really hard to read, and I was really lucky that when I applied to get my records again when I was 28, I had an amazing support worker who not only organised all the paperwork into this lovely folder that was all chronologically ordered. You could actually see the kind of order of it all. You could see the story of what had actually happened, and she knew every single page that was in that book. She knew it, because before she turned the page, she could tell me, look, don't worry, I'm just letting you know that what you're going to see is going to be difficult to read, so I am here for you to talk to about those things. So yeah, like I said, I've had this incredibly positive experience, I would suppose, about, yeah, it wasn't really something that I wanted to read maybe, but she was there, and she made sure that I had the right support in place. So I'm very, very keen to really share my own experience, so that people can learn from it and say that this is something that's so hard to do as a human being, to go back and ask those questions. You need to have it done in the right way. And the fact that there are so many people I've heard of that have had to wait, months and months and months to get, incomplete records, and heavily redacted to the point that they can't even make any sense of it. So yeah, something that I'm obviously hugely interested in personally, and I really, really hope that following the meetings on Friday and obviously the future work that we're doing, we'll actually start to see an improvement in how people receive their own stories. So, as you can see, we now have a channel. I have linked the 3 videos that I've already done, the kind of interviews that I gave to Who Cares Scotland a few months ago, surrounding education and accessing higher education, and what it's like from a care experience person's point of view. So feel free to give them a little look. Obviously, if you could do the whole like and subscribe, please, that would be great. And I will obviously speak to you soon. I'm hoping to put out a video a week, so I will keep you posted, and I can't wait to speak to you all soon. Love you. Bye.